Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Tax Literacy series. Today we're going to talk about the federal tax lien. I work with Migration Resource Center Low Income Taxpayer Clinic. We provide primarily four services in the four areas of tax preparation, tax representation, tax education, and tax advocacy. As a kind reminder to file your taxes for 2019, the deadline has been extended until July 15th, so you still have 2-3 more weeks to do so. If you need help with filing your taxes for 2019 and you're a low income taxpayer, feel free to reach us out and we'll be able to help. The service is for free. Same if you're a low income taxpayer and you face an issue with the IRS. If you received a letter from the IRS and you don't know how to respond or how to solve your issue, feel free to contact us and we'll be able to help. And if you want to bring tax education to your communities, to your constituents, again, get in touch with us and be able to come visit your community, do virtual educational activities, anything that works in order to empower taxpayers with information and knowledge. Our contact information is the following. You can We're located on 36 Richmond Terrace, Suite 307 on Staten Island, New York. You can reach us. You can reach us out via phone, email, website. We have a live chat on the website, so even if you go on our website and you'd like to talk to us, you can do so. If you prefer reaching us out via social media, you can do that so too. We are on social media on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and other social media platforms. If you just type Migration Resource Center Staten Island, you're gonna find us. Don't hesitate to get in touch with us as soon as possible. We still work remotely and we are able to serve you via phone, video conferences, to see each other, communicate. Once again, the services are free for low income taxpayers. So, into today's topic. Let's start with the general definition. What is a lien? Well, a lien is a claim or legal right against assets that are typically used as collateral to satisfy a debt. A lien could be established by a creditor or legal judgment. A lien serves to guarantee an underlying obligation, such as the repayment of a loan. So if you owe money to an institution or to even an individual, you might face a lien. A lien, once again, is a claim or legal right against your assets. It doesn't mean that your assets are going to be taken away or your property is going to be taken away from you, but there is a legal claim over it. So, which means that it doesn't belong to you anymore if you face a lien. As a continuation of the general information about lien, it's important to understand that if the underlying obligation is not satisfied, the creditor might be able to seize the asset that is subject to the lien. There are many types of lien that are used to secure assets. So when it comes to us as taxpayers and our relationship with paying taxes and lien, what is important to understand? Well, understanding a federal tax lien means that the government's legal is able to place a legal claim against your property when you neglect or fail to pay a tax debt. The lien protects the government interest in all your property, including real estate, personal property, and financial assets. So, if you fail to pay a tax, or if you fail to pay a debt that you owe to the IRS, there is a big chance that sooner or later you might face a tax lien, a legal claim over your properties, real estate properties, personal property, and financial assets. So how does it work? Well, a federal tax lien exists after first the IRS puts your balance due on the books, assesses your liabilities, sends a bill that explains how much you owe, which usually is called notice and demand for payment, and you, on the other hand, neglect or refuse to fully pay the debt in time. So if you owe money to the IRS, it's important to pay them as soon as possible. But if you cannot pay them on the time when you discover that you owe those money to the IRS, there are solutions. Just don't leave it behind and don't ignore it, because that's how the problem gets bigger. Because if you owe money to the IRS and if you don't pay them on time and you don't take certain actions, then you're going to accrue interest, and in few years you're going to discover that you owe more than you suppose, or the more than you own at the beginning. So take actions and contact a tax professional or contact low income taxpayer clinic, our clinic on Staten Island, if you're a low income taxpayer, and we'll be able to help you to solve that issue so you don't accumulate interest and you pay your debt on time. The IRS files a public document, which usually is called Notice of Federal Tax Lien, to alert creditors that the government has a legal right to your property. Once again, a lien is just putting a legal right on your property. It's not taking your property away, not yet. Okay, how does it affect you as a taxpayer if you ever face this issue? Well, it will affect you, first of all, it will affect your assets. A lien attaches to all your assets, such as property, securities, vehicles, and to future assets that you acquire during the duration of the lien. It will affect your credit. Once the IRS files a notice of federal tax lien, it might limit your ability to get credit. It will affect your business. The lien attaches to all business property and to all rights to business property, including accounts receivable. And it will affect you even if you go bankrupt. If you file for bankruptcy, your tax debt, lien, and the notice of federal tax lien may continue even after your bankruptcy. So once again, it's important to take actions as soon as possible and don't let this issue become bigger and bigger. How we can help? Well, as a low-income taxpayer clinic, we can help low-income taxpayers with filing for their delinquent tax returns and solving any tax debt that they might have with the IRS. If you cannot file or pay on time, don't ignore the letters or any communication that you might receive from the IRS. If you receive a letter and you don't understand what they're asking you to do, then please reach us out. And even if you understand and you need help, once again, please reach us out and we'll be able to help you. Both services, consultation and representation before the IRS or even tax court if needed, are free. You don't have to pay for those services. So once again, Migration Resource Center, Low Income Taxpayer, we provide services in the area of tax preparation, tax representation, tax education, and tax advocacy. If you face issues with the IRS, if you receive letters and you don't know what they're saying or how to respond to those letters, please contact us. We're allocated on 36 Richmond Terrace, 307 on Staten Island, but currently we still work remotely and we'll be able to serve you virtually, either via phone, email, website, video conferencing. Any of these methods, any of these channels will work for us and hopefully work for you too. So feel free to contact us. Our phone number is 646 827-2959, email tax@migrationusa.org, or website www.migrationusa.org. We are also on social media. If you want to talk to us via Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google our name, Migration Resource Center Staten Island, and you'll be able to find us and write to us via those channels as well. Thank you for listening. I hope it was useful, and I will see you soon with another episode of the Tax Literacy series. Take care.